All right, if you run an online store, you're going to want to listen up because the ground is literally shifting under our feet. Today, we're jumping into how AI summaries in search are completely rewriting the playbook for e-commerce SEO. And trust me, this isn't just another update, it's a whole new ballgame.
Now that's a pretty heavy statement, right? When you see something like this, you know we're not talking about some minor little tweak to the algorithm. This is a massive, fundamental change, kind of like when mobile first indexing happened, which, as you know, completely reshaped the entire digital world.
So what are we actually talking about with these AI summaries? You've definitely seen them. They're those answer boxes right at the top of your search results. But here's the real kicker, the thing that makes them different from old features like snippets. A snippet just pulled a quote from one website. An AI summary, it reads your site, your competitor's site, maybe a dozen other sites, and then synthesizes all that info to create a totally new original answer.
And that brings us to the heart of the problem. AI has basically become this new gatekeeper. It used to be that Google's job was to point you to the best website. But now, more and more, its job is to be the website, to just give the user the answer directly using content it scraped from everyone else. This changes everything.
And this creates this really frustrating situation for anyone with an online store. We're calling it the e-commerce paradox. You bust your butt creating amazing buying guides, super detailed product pages, helpful blog posts, and the AI loves it. It gobbles it up to build its little summaries. And what's your reward for all that great work? The user gets their answer and never even clicks through to your site. You provide all the value, but you get none of the traffic.
This paradox leads us straight into what everyone's calling the zero-click challenge. For years, we've seen this trend of users getting what they need without ever leaving the search results page. Well, AI summaries are basically putting that trend on steroids, especially for e-commerce.
Okay, and this is where you can really see the damage. Just look at the different kinds of searches people do. You see the pattern, right? Those top three, informational, comparison, and technical spec queries, they're all getting hit hard. That blog post you wrote on how to choose running shoes that used to bring in all your new customers, the AI can summarize that perfectly now. Same with product comparisons. Basically, all your top-of-funnel content, the very stuff you create to attract and educate new people, is the most at risk. Transactional searches are a little safer for now, because you still have to click to actually buy something.
So, just to be crystal clear, here's who's really on the front lines. Your entire content marketing strategy that's built on these helpful educational articles, it's vulnerable. Those category pages that are just a grade of products with a tiny blurb of text, yeah, they're in trouble. Even your product pages can lose out if they're ranking for informational questions about the product instead of just for the product's name.
Okay, that was a lot of bad news, I get it. But it is not hopeless. This is an evolution, not an extinction level event. We just have to get smarter and change our strategy. So let's pivot from the problem to the solution. The new goal is no longer just to rank for a keyword. It's to create content that demands a click.
This slide really puts that mindset shift front and center. The old playbook, it's done. Writing a generic 1,500-word article to hit a keyword or just copy-pasting the manufacturer's product description, that's just serving up a perfect meal for an AI summary. The new playbook is all about creating unique value that an AI literally cannot synthesize or replicate. It's about building a brand that people actively look for.
So what does that kind of content actually look like? Let's get concrete here. Think about things an AI just can't do. Can an AI build you a custom bike with a products configurator? Nope. Can it film a detailed hands-on video with a real expert showing how a product works? No way. Can it build a thriving community forum where real people share experiences? Absolutely not. This is where you win. With your own original data, unique photos with super detailed measurements, and expert opinions that have real nuance.
And really, what this all boils down to is that brand building is the new SEO. Seriously, your goal is to get to a point where a customer isn't just searching for best running shoes anymore. You want them searching for your store's running shoe guide. When they do that, they bypass that AI gatekeeper completely and come straight to you. You have to become the destination, not just another source for the AI.
But look, incredible content is only one half of the equation. We also have to make sure the AI can find and understand it correctly. And that takes us to the technical side of SEO, which has gone from being a nice-to-have to being absolutely essential infrastructure.
Let me put this as plainly as I can. If you've been putting off implementing structured data or schema markup, the time for procrastination is over. It's done. Schema is basically a special vocabulary you add to your site's code to tell search engines exactly what your content is about. It's like spoon-feeding the AI precise, accurate information about your products, their price, their reviews. It is absolutely non-negotiable now.
Now here's your checklist. This is what you need. Comprehensive product schema with all the specs and variants. You need review and aggregate rating schema to show off that social proof. If you've got guides, use how-to schema. You have videos? You need video object schema. It's not just about one type. It's about weaving this rich web of data that proves you're an authority.
And hey, don't forget the basics. All the amazing content and perfect schema in the world won't matter if your site is slow and has messy code. The AI systems have to be able to crawl and process your site efficiently. If it's slow and clunky, they might just skip you over as a reliable source. Technical excellence is the price of admission to this new game.
So let's bring this all home. How do you actually thrive in this new AI era? It's not about fighting the change. It's about adopting a whole new mindset for success and, frankly, realigning your priorities.
This chart really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Look at where your effort should be concentrated now. A massive 40% on unique AI-proof content, 30% on building a brand people search for by name, 20% on that technical foundation, especially schema, and good old traditional keyword research, it's down to just 10%. It's still a piece of the puzzle, but it is far from the biggest piece anymore. And of course, your metrics have to change too. Obsessing over your total organic traffic numbers is just a recipe for anxiety now. Instead, you've got to start tracking the growth in your branded search traffic. That's a direct measure of your brand's power. Look at the engagement metrics for the traffic that does show up. It's probably going to be much higher intent. And start looking for ways to see when your site gets cited in an AI summary, even if you don't get the click.
Okay, let's make this super practical. Here are your first steps. Number 1. Audit your content. Be brutally honest about what's just AI fodder and what's genuinely unique. 2. Get your technical house in order. Implement that schema everywhere. 3. Brainstorm and develop one new piece of truly original content, like a deep dive video or a cool interactive tool. And 4. Change your reporting. Start focusing on branded search growth as your North Star.
This final quote just brings it all together, doesn't it? It captures the new philosophy perfectly. The AI summary is a new layer between your customer and you. You can't fight it. You have to work with it. And you do that by creating value so unique, the AI has to acknowledge it, and so compelling that users will choose to click through to get the full experience.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about for your own business. As you look at your website, your blog, your product pages, I want you to ask yourself, is this content just a source of raw data for an AI, or is it a true destination for my customers? The answer to that question is going to determine your success in this new era of search.